Section 2.4, homework problem number 4. To explain why it is the case that if two fractions have the same numerator, the fraction with the smaller denominator is greater. So again, whenever we compare fractions, we have to compare two things. Number one, we got to compare the size. I guess the order doesn't really matter, so you will compare the number of parts. Because if you recall the definition of any fraction, the numerator, I'm going to put in the denominator. So numerator tells us the number of parts. That's the number of parts. And the denominator tells us the size of each part. I mean, it's not a d, it's 1 over d, size of each part. And that's actually why we call it a denominator, because literally denominates, it's the denomination or the value of the fraction. And so we have the size of each part. Okay, so let's use these two key point components to compare the fractions, or to explain why this one works. So when you have the same numerator, which means the top number numerator tells us you must have the same number of parts. So that tells us we have the same number of parts. And now the one with the smaller denominator, which tells us this. Okay, so if you have a smaller denominator, and let's just say you have 5 pizzas, and my class has 20 students, well, let's say 21 students, and you also got 5 pizzas, but your class has 19 students. So the one with the smaller denominator, everybody's gonna get more, a bigger slice, because less people to share 5 pizzas. You will. So that means the size, when you have a smaller denominator, like 19 compared to 21, smaller, it means the size of each part is bigger or larger. Okay, in terms of pizza, because if the same denominator means everybody got like 5 pizzas, let's say 5 pizza is like 30 slices, 30 parts. But if 19 people, students share 30 slices, definitely everybody's gonna get more. Okay, but 21 people, everybody's gonna get less. Okay, so now that's why. Okay, so why this fraction is bigger than that? Because smaller denominator makes bigger, because you get a bigger share. Okay, so that's how we do answer number 4. You just have to put them, you use your own words to write your explanation. So again, you have to make sure you explain these two things.